Hey guys, welcome to the Hey DJ Show. I'm your host, DJ Jimenez. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're over on YouTube, please go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe for more content. Remember, you can catch the show wherever you get your podcasts. And do consider following me on every social media platform at Hey DJ Show. With all that boring stuff out of the way, I'm super happy to introduce my next guest, Randall Greenfield. Randall, how are you, my friend?
Hey, DJ. See that? I don't know if a lot of people do that on the show. I've only seen like 4 or 5 episodes.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do it.
No.
Oh, hell yeah.
No. You're the only one that
Wow.
says, hey, DJ.
Step up, everyone.
Shots fired. No, like, okay, so one of my goals is that if I become a little bit more popular, I want to do like, I'll answer some fan questions where they'll be like, hey, DJ, what do you think about this? And stuff like that. I'm not there yet, but one day.
I believe in you, man. It just takes a lot of dedication.
It does, but now, dude. So like, this is what I wanted to say on the show. I wanted to get this on record. This is really cool because you did a podcast before me, so this is really cool. You know how it is, and you physically understand how fun this hobby is.
Oh yeah, it's fucking great.
Oh man, yeah, no, and so all it is consistency with anything in life. It's just consistency. Now, it because I wasn't super tech savvy. I still don't consider myself tech savvy, but now I've gotten to the momentum. I know what to do. I know how to. You were seeing me a little bit setting up, and I'm just like, all right, here we go. Hit play. Let's do this.
Yeah, I was saying earlier to you, I was like, man, you're way more professional than me. I just go into like a side bedroom with my partner and be like, all right, I'm going to lay on this bed. Here's our mic that picks up both of us. Let's just talk. And the dog's like barking in the background and everything. It was like, oh man, I gotta go pee real quick. Let me just get up and still be recording.
No, man, I owe it to my roommate, Zach. He is the one that was super nice enough to lend me this room, and he was like, yeah, have fun, have at it, and that's it. And so I definitely went overboard. I overkill. Like, I definitely did not need to do
you have the thing,
the slate. Yeah.
I was like, shit, I just say my mic sounds nice, check 1 2 3, okay, that's good enough.
Oh man, I will say, if you are having, well, you say you have one mic. If you're ever doing this, if 2 mics, I recommend getting a slate. Because before I would clap, people would clap if they don't have a slate. Get a slate, invest in a slate. It's like $10, $20, whatever. It is such a good investment. Everything has its purpose. I will say that, but it is.
Plus, it just
I'll admit,
cool.
it's definitely overkill.
Yeah.
It's definitely overkill. Oh man, but again, Randall, thank you so much for being on. It's been years. I've known you since the 4th grade, and it's been years since we chilled.
Damn, it has been since the 4th grade.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I need to get.
Well, we
the hell out of
haven't.
this
We
state.
have seen each other since.
Oh, that's
like
fair.
in high school, we just known each other
Yeah,
since the 4th
yeah.
grade. You like my mugs?
Oh yeah, this is like,
Dude.
I was like taking a sip. I was like, oh wait, no, I gotta turn around.
Yeah, right?
For the Hey DJ show. To
Shout
be
out to
the
you,
front.
Alec. My buddy Alec. I interviewed him. He surprised me on the show with him, and I fucking love him. And that's another thing. I'm waiting to. I get a little bit more followers. I do want to invest in merch.
Yeah,
Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna invest in stickers, like 100 stickers, and then one day I'm just gonna like go to Atlanta, go to cities, and just put it on places, and hopefully people be like, oh, what's this Hey DJ show?
I have something I'm probably not supposed to say, because
Say it.
a person I work with, he's a lawyer, and
Oh.
he would be like, don't say it, but because you wanted to talk to me about like the LARP stuff, and I'm a community director for a local LARP, and we were talking about the merch the other day, and my boss / like best LARP friend, she was like, man, we gotta get stuff that, you know, like they travel around, so people like have a random like Dystopia Rising thing here and there. I was like, we could go to all the bars in Atlanta, get a bunch of stickers, and just say, hey, sticker slap everything, stop sign, whatever, it's fine. Kevin, the other community director, who's also a lawyer, is like, Randall, no, we're not doing that. Nothing that impedes traffic. I was like, well, that's the best.
Oh wait,
places.
the stop sign.
Yeah, just slap.
Okay. I wasn't gonna do stop sign. Maybe I was. I don't know. But I'm glad you said that, because knowing dumbass me, I'll be like, damn, I have one last sticker. Oh, stop sign. Woo! What I do? What I do?
But the actual like marketing person that we have, they're like, yeah, I'm just gonna like make a human pyramid and get to like an actual what's it called, a stoplight, and just like the red, the green, and the yellow, just put stickers on them too. Like, no, you're taking it too far. Yeah, it's pretty great.
That's hilarious. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, jumping into LARPing. So for some audience who don't know what LARPing is, because I'll be honest, all I know is what it stands for, live action role play.
Right.
But if you can go a little bit deeper into that, so what is LARPing?
So I think Step Brothers like had a whole like bit about it. I think it might have been the B plot, but it's pretty much a bunch of people going into like a state park, or even like some places. Like one I used to go to was like in this old like kind of like insane asylum looking place.
Oh, nice.
But you just go into them and you're role playing characters like in a video game. But you're also doing math because you have to keep your health totals in your head. And so usually what I say like to like a layman who doesn't know anything about like LARP is like, I go into the woods and count and do math with friends and beat the shit out of each other.
That sounds like my brother. He's a math teacher. It sounds like something he would do.
It's believe it or not, a lot of my people like are actual teachers. And one day I was just like playing this one game. It was just like, instead of like actually beating the shit out of each other, it's just doing rock paper scissors to see who wins. So I was like, I gotta be honest, out of game, how come all of you guys are teachers? He's like, weekends off. I was like, you know what, that's fair.
That's one of the reasons why I'm going into trying to be a dental hygienist. Is weekends off. Like,
sounds good.
Yeah, I've been in the restaurant game for way too long now. I'm like, really, anything that says weekends off, I'm there.
Yeah,
like, I'm
100%.
My social life, like I was mentioning earlier, how I moved to Atlanta. So I lived in Ackworth. Like we both lived in Ackworth.
Awesome.
And then like my social life was here. Like I was off on Saturdays and sometimes Sundays, and like every weekend I would either go out or just have a big group get together and stuff. Like my social life was good, and I'm an extrovert. Like it's one of the reasons why I even started the podcast. And like that's who I am. It's like my soul, man. And
lucky bastard.
And then the moment I moved to Atlanta, my social life just went crashing down, and it sucked. And then COVID didn't make it any better, because like it was almost like a joke God was playing on me. It was all like, hey, you want the weekends off now? Here you go. You have weeks off. You can't hang out with anybody. Yeah. And I was just like, man.
It's like you know who Bo Burnham is, right?
Yeah.
So he stopped doing comedy for a while because he had depression and had panic attacks on stage, which is the most unfortunate place to have a panic attack. But he was finally getting better. And then the funniest thing happened, and COVID happened. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I was going to start doing tours," and then the world died.
Yeah, I will say, because I've been listening to a lot of comedians, like listening to Rogan and him interviewing some of his comedian friends, and them talking about it. It's such a like double-edged sword. Like it's crappy, sure, but like now there's like this now. Every comedian just got like really good materials. They just have to work with it. Yeah. I know with Bo that he was suffering from depression, so that's not necessarily funny, but like he
tries to make it funny.
He tries to make it funny.
Yeah.
So like he has COVID materials and that. So and he's a really talented dude. So yeah, like comedians literally work with what they got. It's more powerful.
Like what is it like? 70% of comedians have some type of like mental disorder or something. Like rest in peace, what's his name, the dude who played Genie,
Robin Williams. Yeah,
poor guy committed suicide, but it was like the funniest guy in our childhood.
Dude, you give me a list of these celebrities that committed suicide and Robin Williams is there, and like in an alternate universe, and you tell me like, oh, one of these committed suicide, I would never pick Robin Williams.
No,
It's like,
never.
no, this guy,
Never.
no. What are you talking about? Damn, that, oh my God. I remember seeing that thinking it was like one of those like Facebook hoax. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
me
Jackie
too. I
Chan
was like,
died for like the
Robin
10th time.
Williams.
I was like, Robin Williams, whatever.
He has a daughter named Zelda. Those type of people don't commit suicide.
Yeah, I was like, no, this dude's happy. What are you talking about, man? No, the one that got me though, like, I don't know if you remember this, like me being a huge Linkin Park fan and Chester died.
When Chester died, I was like, oh man, DJ must be like devastated.
Dude, oh my God. Okay, this is gonna sound funny, but it's like it's not funny, but it is funny. I will always remember the time and place where I was when I got the news. So I was
9/11 happened, right? No. You're like, actually, I don't actually remember, but I remember where I was where Chester died.
I do. God. Okay, I was working as a receptionist at an animal hospital, and I hated the job.
Mm-hmm.
And like they had a strict no cell phone policy and stuff. So every now and then I'll go to the bathroom and like not even use the bathroom, but just pull out my phone.
I mean, listen,
you're lying if you say you've never done that.
You're not a wage slave unless you've done that.
And so I went to the bathroom and okay, I even though I wasn't using the bathroom, I don't know why, but I feel like I still have to take off my pants when I'm sitting on the toilet. So I took off my pants.
Weird, like
so it was
other people's butts in there. You have to have like osmosis of the butt, or else it's weird.
Like there's something about you sitting on a toilet with your pants or whatever. It just feels wrong.
It's like I feel like I'm about to pee myself.
So I was like, just in case. So I pulled out my pants. My pants were down my ankle, bare cheeks. I'm on my phone. I'm scrolling through Facebook. My girlfriend at the time sends me a text saying, I'm so sorry for your loss. And I thought and there was an image, but like it was small. And I seriously thought it was a family member. I was like,
yeah, that's usually the first thing that happens.
Yeah, I was like,
sorry for your loss. I'm like, oh crap.
Wait,
what happened?
What? And then
Dad actually died.
And then I swiped it. And then it was a picture of Chester. And then I was like, no. And then I go back to Facebook and I'm scrolling. And then I'm starting to see Chester passed away. And at the time it wasn't said suicide. And I was like, no. What happened? And I knew he was sober for years. And I was like, oh man, did he like go back to drugs or something? And then the news broke out that it was suicide. And I was like, no, are you shitting me? And
I mean, we all knew he was very depressed, but like,
well, he battled through some shit, and I again kind of like with Robin Williams was in a way super happy.
Yeah, it was a chemical thing for him. Probably.
Yeah, with Chester, he battled through some shit, but he succeeded through those shits. I'm not saying that he didn't still fight those demons. Right. It's just I thought it was over. Like as a person who cared for the fans and for him, I thought it was over. Like, oh, he has a family, things are going well. He's one of the top rock bands. He whatever demons he's battling, he's got a good support team. I just didn't think that would happen.
It's just sometimes shit sneaks up on you or whatever. That's why I'm so worried about Bo, honestly. I'm like, listen, every special he has, he's getting more depressing. Yeah. I mean, like Inside had like a kind of hopeful ending. I was like, this is still Bo Burnham though. So
yeah. All right, but we got a sidetrack.
Yeah, so we got sidetracked about talking about like demons inside all of us.
I love this. So what were we saying? Oh, we were talking about LARPing.
How the fuck did we go from LARPing to suicide?
I love this. It's so dark, but I love this. I don't know. I just literally the last thing I can recall is a lot of LARPers are school teachers.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, it's depressing in the public school system. So oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't remember how we got to that point.
So quickly summarize it real quick again.
So LARPing is when you pretty much become a character inside of a video game or like a tabletop game like D&D or something like that. And you go into the woods and there's like a set of rules most of the time. And like, play these characters, keep track of your health and your like magic mind, whatever the hell you want.
So keeping track of your health, like how do you do that? Because I saw like, I know you've probably seen the Daniel Tosh and Tosh.0 where he interviewed like lightning bolt guy.
Yeah.
Lightning bolt. So
this is why I fucking hate magic in LARPs. Lightning bolt has ruined everything.
Really? Is it one of those OP kind of things?
No, it's just like, you know, it's like completely breaks immersion because the meme came out. And so like anytime I do a fantasy LARP, I'm doing mostly like post-apocalypse now because cool, I want to shoot a zombie in the face.
Yeah.
But anytime I'm doing like a high fantasy LARP, some douche in an elf in a robe is like, lightning bolt, fireball, Madam Mana. Just pelting me with birdseed. This one time, like my second ever LARP experience, some of these people get real like in character. I went to the little girl's room, had my dick in my hand peeing, and this dude assassinated me. Like, he literally came behind me and said, 30 body murder. And I turned around, I was like, buddy, I'm not playing when I have my dick in my hand. It was like, all right, I'm out. It was like, is that all I have to say?
I feel like we established this is
yeah.
timeout zone.
This is the safety zone where I can be, you know, from 2021.
That's hilarious. Yeah. You would think it's like there's gonna be somebody who's like overwatching the restrooms, like
we call it like character bleed when like you become what was the shitty Batman?
The one with George Clooney?
No, the damaged across his forehead, Suicide Squads. Whatever. That guy, he's a method actor and he took it too far and started like mailing like the other stars like gifts and shit like that. He gave the girl who played Harley Quinn like teeth or something.
Like, are you talking about that
Jared Leto?
Jared Leto. Oh my god! Yeah. I was.
Your mind, because you're such a big Batman fan, it blocked it out of your mind.
Yeah, when you were like first Suicide Squad, I've seen the second one.
The second one's good. It's funny and campy.
Man, I need to turn off that notification. That is bothering me real quick. Hold on, people. I need to turn off this because I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it's bothering me.
We're doing some weird shit right now. We're doing some technical difficulty type of things. Do you like this ASMR? I'm a man with a very wet mouth. Sorry. It's so bad.
Okay, perfect. That's
cool.
All right. Sorry about that, folks. Okay. Yeah, no, the second one was really good. I walked in with super low expectations, and I was actually blown away. And I was like, all right, this was good. The first one, I suppressed. I barely remember what even happened. And yeah, it suppressed Jared Leto. Jared Leto, great actor, great actor. You just sucked at the Joker. Like, I don't 100% blame you. There's blame to go around. It's just, you had to do what you had to do. And then whatever.
And then Birds of Prey, they blew him the fuck up.
I didn't watch that movie.
It was a good movie.
Really?
Yeah, I liked it.
I might watch it. Not that you said that, but
I mean, I have bad taste in movies. I watch a shit ton of Nicolas Cage, so
we're gonna get to that later. But no, movie is a mood thing. It's because I like some shitty movies. You just got to be in the mood for them. Mm-hmm. There's some of my favorite movies. Action movies especially, where people go like, oh, why do you like this? I don't care. I'm watching it for the action because they actually succeeded well. They just have to have a crappy storyline to get from point A to point B.
Right.
I'm watching it for the fights. Shut up.
Just put everything on mute and be like, I don't care about the plot.
And then when the fight, unmute. There we go.
Cool. Yeah.
So you hate magic and LARPing and all that stuff. That's why you try to do post-apocalyptics. Mm-hmm. So this is actually a good segue. What are some games you play and how, well, that was one of them. How different are they from each other?
Oh, shit. Like, every game I play is a different thing entirely.
Do you have one, kind of like D&D? Like, I've never played D&D. I just know from a little bit from some friends. No.
Oh man, like I'm gonna bring you into a game.
Like it's funny because all right, so I have a funny story. I, like I'm not gonna talk. I don't talk crap about my exes or anything. But the last girl I dated, she was like we were both nerdy, but
You're here, and she was like
there was a
AWA.
Not even like she didn't like anime. I was
Yeah.
more nerdy than her, I would say, but she drew she was like, yeah, you could be as nerdy as you want with the Batman and all that, but I draw the line at D&D. She had a bad experience with some of her exes. I was like, and at the time I didn't have any interest in it. But then one of my best friends, he like out of nowhere, he texted me. He was like, hey man, me and the wife and some people, we're gonna do a D&D group. Would you want to be in? Like, do you want to do that? I like, you're an actor. You would enjoy it. And a part of me was tempted. I was like, oh, I want to, but I can't. One, because I couldn't because he's off on the weekends, and I'm never.
That's usually how D&D games die, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, we did it. We did one session, and then never again because everyone's schedules suck.
Yeah. So like they were off on the weekend, so they were able to do it. But even if I was able to, because I was dating my ex, I was like, she kind of crossed the line on that. I don't know if I could. But now that I'm single, I'm like, oh, I would do it. I do want consistency. And I know that if somebody does it like every Saturday or Sunday, I'm not even going to entertain a thought. It's like, no, I can't do it. Not yet. One day, once I graduate, I will.
I mean, there's this like site called Roll20 where you can do it online, but it's mostly with strangers and it's awkward. So some of them are kind of gross. But yeah, you should do D&D. Like I don't fucking work I work in the food industry mostly, so I'm working weekends anyway.
Yeah. I mean, one day I'm definitely down. Like, going to it is, I assume it's like that. Like with LARPing, it's you since some people are off on the weekends, they try to do it consistently, like basically a storyline kind of thing. So it's
and the one I currently am literally like employed with, it's a continuous storyline that's been going on for 6-7 years, something like that.
What?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Dude, the oldest one I've been at is this like vampire one. Shut up.
Some of your friends.
And it's like it's been going on since like before we were born. Like it's the same continuous storyline.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean the characters XP, like the oldest players, it's ridiculously stupid. It's unbalanced for like people coming in and be like, like I can mesmerize someone with one word, and this person's like, go to your house and kill yourself. You're like, I guess I gotta do it. And just walk away.
That's the person you need to sneak up on the bathroom and assassinate them, dude.
You got your dick in your hand? Well, I got my hand on your dick.
It's like,
wait.
See, that's something like I would want somebody to come in and assassinate the top player and then like ruin the game and be like, all right, guys, we're starting all over. New campaign. Here we go. It's like, you have no idea. We've been playing this for 40 years.
Me and my crew, we were so tired of like the power creep being so broken between us. And we were like, we've been there for like a year. We was like, we could do some shit. And so we started a civil war and died the same day. But it was good.
Chaos. I love it.
We were like, oh, let's see if we could break the game. And we didn't. We caused a really good game once, and everyone respected us on an out of game level. But they were like, yeah, you gotta start 0 XP again, man. Sorry.
So how many games or since you have this game, do people commit to just like one game? Like, I don't know how to phrase this. Do
like
people
go different genres and shit like that?
Yeah, like basically, all right, for a lame person, I'm gonna put it in terms of kickball. So say like you're playing a game of kickball, do you not start another game and you still have this one game continuing kickball A, but now you have kickball B?
Yeah, I mean, or it's not like it's not owned by all this like one company. They're each like their own little, either just like a little crew of people who decide to do like count numbers in the woods somewhere, or this like I'm in part of this big ass organization. Everyone has like their characters on file. We have character sheets that we call souls that you just put in your pocket or whatever, and like it has your XP totals and everything. And so you can be in like multiple games. I've been multiple games that like at one time before. It's like at different sites and stuff like that. It's just like I feel weird about doing that, so I just focus in on one game until like a character dies in that or whatever. I'm like, I don't want to play this game anymore, so I switch over to a different one instead.
Are they all like story-based campaign where kind of like the one that you're playing for like 6-7
Not
years?
necessarily. There's this thing called like, oh man, I'm gonna sponsor them even though I hate them. Dagohar, which is literally just like, you know, being the shit out of each other aspect. There's no real plot, but you get to dress up in armor and stuff like that and just wacky bat each other until you lose a tooth.
So is it like, so it's just like
it's just like combat.
So it's like kind of like a sport. Like, okay, there's gonna be in like 10 minutes there's gonna be a winner and a loser.
I classify like those more as like a sport, like, because I don't know, I like plot. I like making a character and backstory.
I feel that.
Oh, I'm Petrol of the Red Star Troop 421. My parents were born in a log cabin and it got burned down because I decided to burn it down. I'm a bad guy. Rather than
my buddy Alex, he got me into listening to this D&D podcast a couple of years ago.
It's Adventure Zone? Or there's a couple of them that
I think it's called Not Another Podcast.
I think I might have heard of that. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
And like I would be like playing games or working on the computer, and I would like listen to it. So it was only audio, not video, and it was entertaining. Like they actually painted a really vivid adventure, and everybody was super silly. Like there wasn't any like serious character.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could see myself being with a group like this.
A lot of people, like, you know,
not somebody who's omniscient and all that.
Yeah.
You know,
I have the power to have all the powers. It's like, oh, fucking like Dr. Manhattan, go back to the Mars. Like,
I'd be like, it kind of reminds me of the South Park episode with the anime. Where they get the weapons and stuff, and then Cartman's like I have the power to turn you to a chicken. I have the power of invisibility. It's like you get one.
Yeah, you can't have all the powers. Yeah, I have the power to have as many powers as I want.
I recently just saw that episode, so that was a good sign. So talking about characters, how do you decide on a character?
Honestly, I make a Spotify playlist of random shit that I like. Just choose a song and build a character off of that.
Oh, that's pretty. Hey, that's unique. I was thinking you were gonna say something like, "No, I try to base it off a favorite character from anime, TV shows, or whatever."
I try to,
but
stick away
music.
From
that's great. I did not see that one.
I mean, like, to be fair, most of my music like political bullshit, so all my characters become political.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But a lot of people, you know, they like are inspired by like books and movies and stuff like that. So, and like sometimes people are just like, I want to play a dumbass American that shoots guns in the air. It's like, we can do that.
Just don't bring actual guns.
Yes, please don't. One time I had some guy bring a knife in. I was like, dude, I don't care. Dude, like, this is just like your safety knife. Like, put that shit in your car or something.
Yeah. I mean, I'm you know, pro all that and stuff.
Me
but
too.
like,
I'm like, fine, fucking open carry if you want, but not in the game.
Time and a place.
Yeah.
You know? Like, you don't have to be as real, okay, here. Yeah. Like, come on.
We're at a state park. We have rangers for that.
We're good.
That's when Sasquatch strikes.
I saw and I was reading a little bit about it the other day, like kind of prepping for the show, and they were saying how like, oh, if you're trying to build a character, try to make them unique to you, but at the same time, like, grab whatever your personality is and then bump it up like a notch and make it a little bit animated. So if you're already a quiet person, maybe try to be a little bit not as quiet, but then just be animated, like silly. What you would see that character like on a show or something, or on a book. and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I have a cartoonish mindset, and I was like, man, if I wouldn't be allowed to play those games just because I would be I'm too sarcastic, I'm too silly. But at the same time, I know there are people like that.
Oh yeah, man. Like myself, one of my characters is called a Vegazian, which is like the strain of humanity that survived the apocalypse because they're all shitty Vegas people. And so I just like get a bunch of grease because I have like a shit ton of hair and just grease it all back. Look slimy as fuck. Put a leisure suit on. I'm like, hey, ladies. And everyone hates them and they're gross. And I'm surprised they're not dead yet. But yeah, you just like, I agree that it's a good idea to borrow stuff about like yourself and try to push into it.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of these times, like at least for me and from what people tell me a lot of the time is these characters just like become themselves.
Yeah.
Like you can't predict like might have an idea of what your character's going to be like in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
but then they just become their own thing. You're like, all right, I guess I'm doing this now. Like my main character right now is Petrol Troop 421. He's a Boy Scout who's also a communist. Listen, I was reading through the Boy Scout handbook. I was like, this is some pretty like socialist shit right here. Building farms and like sharing with everyone and stuff like that, like not even needing money. I'm like, this is Marxist literature.
Character right here.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, this fucking works. And they were an innocent like fucking kid like doing like surgery and shit like people in the apocalypse, and then I had to murder someone, and then it just went way downhill from there, and now he's like my anti-hero character. I'm like, what the fuck happened to Petrol? He was a sweet innocent boy.
Okay, so that just triggered a memory that like I remember back when you and I used to work at 13 Stories. Okay, this is what got me kind of interested in wanting to do D&D. There was a like a weekend you were with your friends, and then you come back and everybody was just sharing the D&D story from last night that you guys were a part of.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember
we
what
had
about?
like a party at like 13 Stories, and like Rory D&D like a little one-off type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was like I remember there was like just that huddle, and I'm just listening. And then they were talking about like, and then Randall was just, and then you walked in, perfect timing on cue. It was like, that dude's a savage. You used a crossbow and you shot a dead body in the face. And then I was just like, you what? What is going on? And then you were just like, whatever. And I'm like, wait, what is going? He shot a dead body. Wait, I mean, in a way, like I knew you guys were talking about. Well, I don't think I knew you guys were talking about D&D at the time. I thought you guys were talking about like some video game or whatever,
like,
and I was like,
Randall actually murdered someone,
or that possibly. And I was just like, you shot somebody with a crossbow? This sounds interesting. What is this? And then it revealed it was D&D, and it didn't become a turn off like, oh, it's just D&D. I was just like, wait, how interactive is this? And
yeah, that type of shit happens a lot in LARP.
So that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that like absolutely like the vampire shut up LARP I used to
okay,
do.
what is that? This like
the vampire LARPs in the LARP world.
Mhm.
It's all in this like world of Vampire the Masquerade, which is like modern day vampires doing modern day vampire things, murder and killing people and pushing people.
Is it just because it's vampires and
it's just like it's
Twilight kind of shit?
It's a weird subculture.
Okay. See, you say shut up, and I'm thinking like, oh, is it like, oh, vampire is like, even out of all the like fantasy and nerdy things, is vampires the one topic
It's the bottom barrel trash.
Okay, so I was right. Okay.
Vampire the Masquerade is like the worst bullshit, like most drama filled crap I have ever been a part of, but it's my favorite setting. I was like, the lore is so cool, but the people suck so bad.
Like the characters or the actual people in the community?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
The characters are fucking monsters, which are supposed to be, and a lot of the people like they bring home stuff and bring it into game, and I don't want to hear about your fucking drama between these two characters. And they take it out on each other in game, but they're mad at each other out of game. I'm like, this is fucking meta as
This
shit.
was supposed to be an escape to reality.
Exactly. We're trying to escape reality.
Yeah.
And you're bringing your bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care that he took your car like 2 weeks ago and didn't refill the gas.
Oh, man. Okay. So now it makes sense. All right. So continue what you were saying.
I don't even remember what I was. I'm just mad about VGM now.
Well, we were saying about fuck, what were we saying? This is so fun. Like I'm like losing. We were talking about characters and fuck, I don't remember.
Whatever. I feel like I'm such a fucking weird guest because I watched a couple of your episodes before. I was like, oh no.
I watched a couple of yours.
He done fucked up. He chose me.
How desperate is he?
How desperate? Did you run out of people?
No, man, I'm gonna have everybody on. Like, I don't care.
Just go through the yearbook. It's like this guy too.
I mean,
what were we talking about? Something about characters. You're right about that shit. Well, it doesn't matter. Like I said, characters take over themselves, and
oh yeah, that's one thing I wanted to mention. It's like, yeah, I can see that, like, kind of like writing a book or writing a script. Like sooner or later, once you develop like certain attributes for that character that you're writing, sooner or later they kind of take over, and you imagine what they're going to say. So now, like, I had a friend who's good at script writing was telling me that it's not so much as you're typing in what you want them to say, you're typing in what they would say. And so I can see that they just manifest to somebody their own.
Pretty dope though. Like a lot of the time, like, you know, there's always like afters where like we're all fucking tired as shit on Sunday and everyone's like kind of in their outfits, but it's like half like I'm wearing jeans and armor. And we all go to like a bar or like a Chili's or something. Just poor unfortunate server, it gets ruined. Day gets ruined because they have a table of like 30 now. And like me and the other service people, we all stand up and just going around and be like, you all are tipping 20%. I don't give a shit. All of you put money in. But we're all talking at these afters, and we're all like, you know, doing like war stories of what our characters did. Like, oh yeah, man, I shoved like 8 grenades down this like tank zombie's throat. Like, yeah, that's cool as hell. And like my first game at Dystopia Rising was like, I did 2 damage to the horde. Because all I had was like this shitty little dagger. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna bring to the apocalypse. I was like a pea shooter like Nerf gun and a single dagger. I was like, this will do it.
Okay, so that actually made me think of a question. Is so say you wake up, you and your buddies, you guys are gonna meet up at a park or whatever, and you guys are gonna play. So you already said you have to keep track of math, like your health and all that stuff. So like walk me through it. What is it? Is it like, do you have like,
see, 20
I mean, I know you keep
1
it in
is
your
19.
What?
19 minus 1 is 18. And you keep going down until you hit 0.
So it's always 1?
What?
It was
No, I'm just fucking with you.
Went right over my head. So like, just to make the math simple. Okay, so like say you have 10 health, right? So do you have like a notepad, or are you keeping everything in your head? Like, what is it that when you go in, like each damage does different amounts and stuff like that, and you're just keeping track?
Yeah, it's all in your head, but you know, I'm trash at math. And so like I'm like, all right, this isn't actually math, this is just a timer.
I'm expendable, put me on the front lines.
Like anytime I'm on NPC shift, which is when like, you know, for 2-3 hours, like you're not going to be in your character, you go into this place called Monster Village or like, you know, Ops or whatever. They like the ops officer dresses you up as like, you know, bad guys, NPCs, like, oh, you're a traitor now, but you have like $8 and they hand you some money and stuff like that. I'm like, and every time I'm like the guy who's like the running the ops or something like that, I'm like, all right, you're horde, you're horde, you're horde, you're horde. When they start hitting you, your timer's 2 minutes. Just do as much damage in that time. Because like some people are gonna be like 15, 5, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12.
How do you determine that?
Like we have like items and stuff like that to tell you like,
okay,
oh, this one does 5 damage and call out stun and the person can't move for like 10 seconds or some shit like that.
gotcha.
It is very lightning bolt. But I we've improved it a little bit with like basic items, like doing a hard only 2 damage, so you don't actually have to call out 2 every time you knock someone.
2, 4 critical.
Well, actually, if you do a mine expenditure of 10, you can actually do a critical of 15 damage.
Oh man.
But yeah, I mostly just like on timers, except with like if I'm just like getting the shit kicked out of me, like I like 8 people are around me and just being the shit. I mean, I'm like, all right, I'm fucking down, God. I lost. Shit.
That's hilarious.
Some asshole go coup de grace, just slams their weapon down on your dead body. Like, fuck you.
Final elbow drop. Do you have anybody who I feel like this is a big no in the community, even though I don't know anything about the community. Mm-hmm. Like, say you guys are playing something like medieval time, right? Mm-hmm. And obviously some people, you know, have higher budgets than others. They try to dress well and all that stuff. Some do with whatever they got. Do you ever have somebody who comes in looking not even close, like something like they're dressed as a WWE wrestler and stuff?
Oh like, my God.
I am the Night Raider.
I am the Punishnator.
I'm the Undertaker Mark II.
No.
All right, I'm joining, and that's gonna be me.
I've had people show up with no like kit at all. They're just like, you know, jeans and a t-shirt trying to go to like a medieval LARP, and like I was like, bud, like you're gonna piss a lot of people off. Here, give it to me back after the weekend. Please don't steal my weapon. Every fucking time they steal my weapon. Every single time. I have a guy now who sells me weapons for $20 a pop now because of how often my weapons get stolen.
Stop lending your weapon.
I am the fucking guy who just gives shit out. It's like, oh man, this is their first LARP. I don't want it to suck.
Yeah. You get that one honest guy. All right, give it back to me after the weekend. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. And
you're not getting this back.
I do get like my shit back sometimes, but it's like minorly broken because they don't know how to check their swings and swing too hard. And like my chainsaw sword is like missing a tooth. I'm like, okay.
What are these weapons? Are they like foam?
Yeah, liquid latex foam. Some people like use like
those Nerf swords kind of shit.
No, those things fucking hurt if you hit someone.
Oh, okay. So these don't even.
These
hurt.
are professionally made for specifically.
Oh wow, yeah. I did not know that.
Oh yeah, if you go to like there's a whole booth at the Renaissance Festival where they only sell LARP weapons. Yeah, it's really cool.
That's dope. I did not know. I knew LARP like is bigger now. Like, I mean, you're the only one I know in my friends group who does it, but like I didn't know like how like accessory wise.
Yeah.
I knew costume. Yeah, that's just cosplay. That's whatever. I didn't know about like shit like weapons,
like medical kits and shit like that.
Yeah,
like fake pliers and things, medical gauze and stuff. Yeah, it gets fucking intense. Some of these people are real creative with their kits. With like, you know, I have a dude who has like. Wait, he sets like bones and stuff like that in game because he's like he's not a doctor. He doesn't have a degree. He's a medical professional. Mm-hmm. He spits on people's wounds and it heals them. And like
sanitary.
Yeah, he has like this little like it looks like the trachea, like it's made of plastic. And when he's setting a wound, he presses it into their arm and it makes like bone cracking noises. That's real fucking cool.
That's pretty dope.
I was like, where the hell did you get that? And I want it.
I want 5 of those. Oh man,
Yeah.
it kind of reminds me of like when I went to the chiropractor and just getting adjusted. Oh god, I love those noises.
Going to the
Like,
chiropractor.
oh,
Shit's
love
good.
it.
I hate my chiropractor though because he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna charge you per pop." I'm like, "Fuck you, just do your job."
Go to a new chiropractor. That's your sign.
He's real good, but
Others are good, man.
yeah, he
Don't
just
per pop.
talks
Don't pop.
too
Don't
much.
pop. And then you have mixed feelings. Oh, that felt so good, but
Yeah.
damn it, per pop.
Yeah.
No,
No,
screw that.
he's not actually charging. He's just like messing around. I was like,
Yeah.
I just want you to fix my back, man.
Okay. I was about to say find a new chiropractor. So how do you get into character? Like do you not take it as seriously to get into character, or like do you have your own way of getting into
I'm
character?
fucking serious as shit when I get into character. I isolate myself like before game. Like I'm at site, like, you know, fixed up, did all my like actual like job shit I'm supposed to do. Go in the middle of the fucking woods, put on a playlist and start like, you know, improv acting like for my character. And then just come out and be like, all right, let's do this shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love to hear that, especially, you know, I did a little bit of acting, so I think it's really cool. Everybody has their own method of how did they get into character. One of the things I like to do whenever I would play a character is I like to watch a movie that I know like most of the words, most of the lines.
Right.
And I like to say those lines as the character I'm playing, not as the character in the movie.
That's dope. That's really cool. I
It's
only
challenging.
memorized the movie Wayne's World though, so that'd be a little weird.
But it's like it's really good. It's like it's a good exercise because it's like you're almost multitasking. Because if you're saying Wayne's World's lines, it's so easy to get into those characters. So you have to constantly think about your characters. Like no, I'm not that character. I'm this character. I'm this character in Wayne's World. And so it's a mental exercise. It works for me. Everybody not one is over the other. Everybody has their own method. That's one thing I like to do. Yeah.
You would be fucking great at this LARP, man. I need you like to get if only you had weekends off. I'd be like, I will fucking pay for your ticket,
dude. I promise one day, because you already have me sold. Like one day when I definitely have a free weekend, I like to at least give it a shot. Just to see if I like it or not. And then if I like it, we'll see. My problem, and I'm self-aware of this, is I have an addictive personality to positive things. If I enjoy it,
oh no,
I make it like my sole mission.
This is
to
gone.
do it.
You're gonna spend all your money on Kit.
Yeah, no, like same with podcasts. Like the moment I was like, okay, this is fun, then I started spending money, and I'm like researching the hell out of it.
Yeah,
snowboarding. Skydiving. Skydiving is my next thing. Yeah, snowboarding. I've done snowboard. Cool. It's so fun. I'm actually trying to go this December.
Are you gonna start like skydiving like a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you gonna do it by yourself and stuff? Mm-hmm. Hell yeah!
Mm-hmm. I already jumped twice.
Hell yeah! How many do you have to do until you're like not by yourself? I have reversed our roles now. You see, I am the one interviewing you.
You're interviewing me. I like this. I think I could be completely wrong here. The place that I'm going to, every place is different. Mm-hmm. I think I have either 2 more or 1 more jump, and then after that I could do it by myself. So right now I have my 3rd jump paid for, lined up. I just have to call them and schedule it. But I'm away, and so but before I do my 3rd jump, I have to do this thing called ground school, which is about 6 hours. I have to learn like just a bunch of safety things. One of the things I have to learn is like what to look for on the ground, how to see your target, and all that.
Oh, I thought you guys just fucking jump and be like, "Yep, just gonna pull that one," and
no, there's
not to pull that one.
When you first jump, all they teach, like the place that I go to, which I highly recommend. It's in Rockmart, Georgia. It's like an hour away in Ackworth, but fucking worth it. I always butcher the name. It's either Spaceland Skydive or Skydive Spaceland. Reverse it.
Spaceland Skydive, sponsors of the Hey DJ
sponsor, show, please. So I have a video on my channel of my first time going skydive. all they teach you for the first one. I mean, they do a good job of teaching you, not to hit your head, how to, squat and all that stuff, what to look for. But what's really cool is they tell you, hey, you're going to open up the parachute for your first jump.
Oh, no.
That is really cool. Like, so my first experience, all right, you know what a harness is and all that stuff. That shit hurts. Like,
I bet.
Like,
you go from like going free fall to like
to slowing down. That shit kind of hurt, and it extra hurt for me because like the harness kind of was like riding on my crotch a little bit. It kind of hit one of my balls, and so I went from like, whoa, this is awesome to, all right, everybody shut up, this isn't funny anymore.
This is awesome.
Everybody just shut up. Let me just glide down. But it was still so much fun. But yeah, like there's like this golf ball that you're supposed to feel for. You grab it, and then when you hit 6,000 feet in the air, you deploy it. A real quick scary story. Not really scary. I like to say it's scary. The second time I jumped, like I knew how to deploy the parachute and all that stuff. So they give you this monitor, and like you're like 10,000, 12,000 feet in the air, and you're free falling for like almost a minute. You're every now and then, every second, you're supposed to look at your watch, and it goes down from 12 all the way down to, basically
the ground.
0.
In which case, it's pointless at that point.
It doesn't fucking what
yeah,
time
it's
it
like
is.
I'm on the ground. You don't say. Cool.
Yeah, right. So it goes from 12 to 7, and then at 7, you're not supposed to take your eyes off it because in 1 second it's going to turn from 7 to 6. Once it hits 6, you got to deploy your parachute. And so I'm pretty good about it. It was like 7 and then 6, and I grabbed the ball and I pulled, and it did not deploy. It was rough. I was like. It took 3 tugs, and then it was at 5.7, and I was like, "Come on!" when it went from 7 to 6, I was like, it's okay." Even though you're still so high up, when it went from 5 to like 6 to 5.9, I was like, "This isn't funny anymore."
It's like I don't like this hobby anymore.
So yeah, and then ground school, it's about like 6 hours, learning a bunch of safety things. Then I do my third jump, and then I think it's either 1 more jump or 2 more jumps, but then eventually I get to jump by myself, like nobody on me, but an instructor's gonna be right next to me, monitoring, like, all right, hey man, like, look at me, you good, and all that
fly
stuff.
Over to you and do it for you. You failed.
But no, skydiving is amazing. I love it. It's because I've always said, like, I'll ask you, if you could have any superpower in the world, and not like all the powers, if you could have one superpower in the world, what would it be?
I don't know. Flying is pretty good.
Flying is mine. Spoiler alert.
Fucking laser vision.
Laser vision?
Yeah, I want to be like Cyclops. That'd be cool. Except for like the bad part about being a Cyclops, which isn't very cool,
but like in this scenario, you can have it so you can control it.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Like,
so you don't always have to. Yeah. To me, it's flying just because, like, hey, nothing wrong with laser vision. I don't know your life, but to me, if I think about it, I'm like, I'm never really gonna use it. But flying, I'm always gonna use it.
Listen, like, laser vision has one purpose and one purpose alone: vigilantism.
Hey, at least you can admit that.
Yeah, like I 100% be an illegal superhero. Like,
you wouldn't have a secret identity anymore,
just because
this video
I'm the guy
would
with
come
laser
out.
vision.
Yo, who's that guy? It's like a Cyclops. Oh, that's Randall.
Yes.
What? How do you know? He admitted it on this podcast.
Like, what are they gonna do? Stop me? I have laser vision.
Randall, come out with your hands up. What are you gonna do? I got laser visions. Fuck, he's right. Everybody, pull away.
I changed my mind. I want to be Magneto.
That one's more practical. You could be a vigilante and still use it in practical everyday life.
Plus, you can fly with magnetism.
You
Boom.
could.
I have all the powers. You said I couldn't do it, but I did it anyway.
Damn it. He found a way. Loophole. You've been hanging out with too many lawyers.
It's the Jewish blood in me. I'm actually Jewish. That's like, I'm allowed to do that joke.
So don't cancel him because he's allowed to. Yeah, no, flying for me, like, and shoot, I won't even be picky. give me the power of flight, but I can only go 30 miles an hour. I can't even go like Dragon Ball Z style. I don't care. As long as I can freaking lift up and go somewhere, I'm good.
What if it's like David Blaine levels and it's only like a foot off the ground?
It has its uses, and if I have to take
like,
that over nothing, I'll take it.
I mean, yeah, it has.
I can't do shit.
Man,
really.
That looks like a pretty deep puddle, or does it?
Yeah, freak out some neighborhood kids at the pool. Oh my god, he's flying! And then go in the water and just be like, "All right, that's it. That's the extent of my powers."
I got tired.
But yeah, so I remember there was like a would you rather. It was something like, I can't remember what the other option was, but it was like, would you want to be able to fly, but you can only go as fast as you could run? And I'm like, well, obviously I'll take that. I can only run like what, a couple of miles per hour. I'll still take it. I'm flying.
Yeah, mine would suck. It'd be like a brisk walk.
But I'm like, I take it. I just want to fly. It's freaking cool. That's why
it is a pretty dope power. Not gonna lie. Saves so much money on travel too. Just go up more.
I would be a douchebag. I will fully admit that. I would be like, I'm a pretty humble person, but the moment I fly, I'm showing off all the time. Like as soon as like we're hanging out with a group and we all exit, I'd be like, all right, is everybody looking? Everybody looking? All right, cool. See ya. And then fly.
Or you like you try to act like it's like a nonchalant thing. Oh man, you want me to change that light bulb? I got you.
There we go.
Oh man, it's so good that I have this power and you don't.
I'm meeting up a couple of friends at a restaurant. Hey, are you guys inside? Yeah, come in. Can you have everybody come outside? Oh my god, no. Like, no, just everybody come outside. I just want to show you something. Come out. He just wants to do his superhero landing. Oh, why are you guys out here? Let's go inside.
Yeah. Oh, well, what are you guys doing here? Oh, hey, what are you guys doing down there? I'm on the roof. We're doing the roof. Oh, you guys can't go on the roof because you can't fly? Oh, that sucks, man. Here, let me just fly down there real quick.
Yeah. God, you guys need to learn how to fly. I would be such a douchebag. I already know that. That's why I can't fly.
Just roll around in radioactive waste for a minute. That's how I got mine.
Don't tempt me.
Don't do that.
What are some of the do's and don'ts in the community? I imagine there's a lot.
There's quite a few. Check your swings. That's a big one. If someone says you hit too hard, I don't care if you think you're not hitting too hard. You're hitting too hard. Like some people are made of glass bones and paper skin. Like fucking. We're all here to have a good time. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah. I imagine it's because they want to swing fast. That way they can get the point or whatever. I mean, it's like, dude,
listen, like I've been there. I've done it multiple times. Yeah. I've gotten my bad boy coins for it too. Literally, I started making these little coins for any time like I have to have a talk with someone. It's
like the swear jar coin. I want to do a swear jar just because I cuss like a sailor.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see how much
it's a big problem with me too, so I feel you on that. Whatever, words are just like noises we invented to describe things.
Yeah. Like my thing about like when somebody comments on it's like, all right, yeah, but you cuss way too much, man. I don't enjoy your show that much. Fuck them. But I'm just like, all right, cool. Out of all bad things in life, I'd rather take cussing. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying.
A coworker of mine got chewed out by a customer because the customer said to him, "Hey, watch your tone." And he told me about that. I was like, "Fuck him." He's getting like $2 $60 sushi. Fuck that guy. Who cares what he thinks?
I don't like your tone. Fuck you. Yeah. I don't like your face.
Yeah. A good thing to do in the LARP community is 6 foot rule. Just all times be aware 6 feet around you, and if you see someone kind of doing nothing, interact with them. Be like, hey, let's go hunt some snipes. And like, because if someone just like doing nothing, like no one, like everyone thinks it's cool to be like the lone wolf the very first time you go to a LARP, and then you're like, I'm doing nothing by myself, I'm having such a great time. Yeah, it sucks. Like don't be a lone wolf. Shit sucks. And then someone should go see you and be like, hey, I need some help on this job. You want to help me out on this? Yeah, it's fucking cool. You have best friends who talk about each other's backstories and be like, "Oh, so why are you such a unbelievable douche who just hangs out in a corner by themselves?" He's like, "Oh, I was abandoned by a pup, and I was found by Eustace and Muriel, who live in the middle of nowhere."
Yeah, that whole wannabe badass one-man army. It's like, listen, there's a reason why it's only in movies
Yeah, it never
and
works
stuff,
in real
right?
life.
It's just, yeah, it's fantasy that we're playing here, but at the same time, we're all playing a team game.
It's a cooperative effort.
You want to play by yourself? Go home.
Yeah,
Play with yourself.
Speaking of other don'ts to do in game, I shit you not.
No, I was just joking.
No, they aren't like jerking off or anything, but I've caught people fucking. I'm like, can you not be horny for a weekend? One, we're all sweaty and gross. It's the middle of Georgia summer.
What the fuck? Oh my god. Well, I did say it's a team sport, so
it's just not cool. I hate it.
I did say don't play with yourself. I guess I should have been more specific.
There's a joke because again, Georgia summer games. So they're like, "Oh yeah, don't go into the the freezer in the the kitchen area because that's probably the safest place to do stuff in." But it's fucking nasty. I don't it doesn't happen often.
Good.
But I need to stress that do not do that at a LARP. Wait till afters.
It's like, trust me, we're gonna go home. You can wait.
You fucking please.
What are some do's that especially for beginners coming in? It's all like, oh hey, try to make a habit of this.
Okay, so I'm an introvert too. I get talking to people sucks. Talk to people.
Yeah.
It's gonna be real awkward, but 99% of everyone at a LARP community, we're the lowest of the low nerds anyway. We already are the lowest, the bottom of the barrel. We don't care. You're cool to us.
Yeah.
So.
In a way, I make jokes, I have a bunch of introverts friends, and I like to shit on them sometimes, but out of love. But I would imagine that you're in a community where it was known to be some of the outcasts in school and stuff, but here you are in a group where everybody can relate. It's this is I'm not being harsh. I'm just saying as me, this is not the place to be too shy.
Yeah, in high school we had the rejects table.
Yeah,
we were all the fucking rejects and we were all cool with each other.
Yeah. and so it's just listen, look, you're shy in the other points of your life. That's fine. I'm not judging you, but here we accept y'all. So.
Yeah, you literally can't do anything that will make us hate you unless you fuck a game, but or stab someone in the back while they're peeing. Even if you have if you're obsessive about some slice of life anime outside a game, I don't fucking care. You do you. It's not my particular taste. I don't want to watch an anime about fucking nothing. But
now, God, because sometimes I like to be a douche. So I just want to go into one of these events, and then that one shy kid goes that guy looks nice. I want to go up to him. Hey, this is one of my favorite shows. Man, don't talk to me. What are you talking about? You're beneath me. Oh God, this was
sorry. This was a mistake.
This was a mistake. I'm gonna go home. I'm just kidding, man. And Randall summoned the courage to have me talk to you. So well, he was wrong.
Fuck.
You know what? Lightning bolt.
Just lightning bolt people in the face. I got birdseed in my eye.
Oh man.
Well, that's also the don't. Don't fill your things with birdseed. Find local seeds.
Wait, what?
So the little packets that lightning bolt for, you're usually filled with birdseed. But birdseed.
Oh, I thought they were just styrofoam.
No, we're going to the fucking woods. What if you lose one? We have one Earth. Jeff Bezos isn't gonna go bring us with him.
I didn't. Local Walmart. Crap, I don't have bird seeds.
Yeah, just like get like some wildflower or some shit. Fill like your packets with that rubber band, tie it off cloth, throw it. If you lose it, oh no, you help some bees, I guess. So
There we go.
But like bird seed, it's like they only like I think they only bloom once and then they're just like crabgrass forever. You don't want that. Birds can't do shit with that.
Gotcha.
So that's just an environmental tip.
I was gonna say that. What are some things people misconstrued about LARPing?
That we're the lowest of the low nerds. It's the Magic the Gathering people. Yeah, I said it.
I love how you're saying these things and they're like just going over my head.
You don't play Magic the Gathering ever?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I've played it a little bit in middle school. Like, I know some terminology. I was more of a Yu-Gi-Oh guy.
Yeah, me too.
yeah.
Honestly, like I played Magic for a while, but then that's an expensive hobby.
Yeah,
I'm also in a different expensive hobby, but
I said this in one of my interviews. Name me a hobby that's not expensive. Every hobby is expensive. Trick question.
Actually, no. Bingo is kind of expensive because you have to keep on going to bingo halls.
Okay, that's a weird fucking hobby.
Listen, old people need hobbies.
I would think like, well, they're not necessarily paying for it. They're just there.
What, you think someone our age is going to the bingo hall be like, I fucking won?
You made it sound like it. It's like, yeah, suck it, Nana.
It's like paint their face.
War paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going down, Jemima, I guess. Like, she's retired now and living at like a...
You're going down, Muriel.
You're going down.
Not like last week.
The poor mother from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
You mentioned it, and so
Yeah,
now
it's
it's in
true.
my head. I was trying to think of an old lady's name.
Yeah.
Some Muriel.
Gretchen. What's an old lady version of a Karen called? Well, this is dead air.
Yeah, see, the problem with names is you said Gretchen, so now I'm
Yeah,
only
because
thinking
I was
Gretchen.
thinking like Gretchen's pretty good for that.
Yeah.
Let's fucking adopt it. Gretchen is now an old Karen.
Oh man, but yeah, no, I played a little bit of Magic. Like here's a thought. Like I was saying this to my roommate one time. What do you think is bigger, Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon? Like card games wise.
I don't know, man, because that Pokemon thing has exploded recently because
Yeah.
everyone's like trying to get that Charizard again. Have you seen that, right? Like people are like doing like opening packets and stuff. So I think right now it's Pokemon. I think we're losing in Yu-Gi-Oh. I think we're in third place because I think it goes Pokemon, Magic, and then Yu-Gi-Oh.
The only reason,
and then Duel Monsters like somewhere in like 20th place or something.
The only reason why I say Pokemon is because every now and then when I go to Walmart, I still see the card aisle. Like if I'm not going near it. Like I don't buy them anymore. But like when I walk by it, and I just can't help but glance, I still see a bunch of them. And it used to be that they would have like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Magic right next to each other. Magic was actually small. And then I remember when it kind of started making a comeback, it got a little bit bigger. And then it was at one point equal. But now I think it's Pokemon.
I think the thing that's going to survive, like the long run, what
do you think it's going to survive?
I think it's going to be Magic. It's been around since like, the 80s or
I
some
agree.
shit. So,
yeah. Because it basically died. Not necessarily died, but it was super low. Mm-hmm. But it didn't. No, that's what I mean. It didn't die.
Although they did just Wizards of the Coast, the guys who make it, just announced that they're not going to do tournaments anymore with cash prizes. So it might actually die because
why?
Because Wizards of the Coast, I guess, want to do like I don't know Warhammer 40K more or something. I don't know. I don't know. I think they shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, that's just also a bad marketing thing.
Don't care because every time I go to like a Magic tournament, I'm like, I need to spray so much deodorant into the air. I don't even care if it's Axe at this point.
No, yes. Oh man, I remember going to my first AWA, and I was like, I remember seeing the memes before going there, and I was like, it's not that bad, is it? And then I went, and I was like, oh, come on, guys. There's no way you don't see the memes. Come on.
Yeah. I'm like, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, guys, we get so much shit for being nerds. We can at least prove them wrong with the whole BO thing.
Yeah. Like it's not even the nerds. Like, I was talking to a coworker about this literally the other day. Like, she was like, what are some of your pet peeves in people? And I was like, BO. Because there's no excuse. Like, there's absolutely no excuse. And again, I wasn't talking about, like conventions and stuff. I was just talking about in general. Like, say the average person, they wake up and they're like, oh shit, I overslept, I'm late for work. All right, you're already late. Mm-hmm. You might as well own it.
Exactly.
Just fucking shower, put on a deodorant, go to work. You're already late. You skipping that isn't going to make it any better.
Yeah, like you're already fucked over anyway.
Yeah,
just
so
take a shower, put on some deodorant, maybe a couple spritz of, to smell good, get some like what's it cologne.
Yeah, like just a facade, just mask it. Yeah, and like how you said that, it's like, some nerds already get shit for it. Don't reinforce the fucking stereotype.
Yeah. I mean, we're already fucking lame as shit. We can't make it like...
Nah, don't say that. Nah, like... no, because, like, here's the thing. Like, even though I'm not, like, that... Like, if we were to classify, how nerdy are some people, like, yeah, I don't classify myself as that, but there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
If anything... It's just if anything, I'm kind of jealous because they have like this community where like they get to play their hobby. First off, like I thinking about it, it's like, yo, they're literally being active. They're like what parents want with their kids, like, hey, go outside and play and socialize and stuff like that. Like, they're literally doing that. I can't get mad at that. So I'm like, even though it's not necessarily like my thing, I mean, I like to try it once, but like, I just don't knock it.
Yeah.
And to each their own.
When I say like we're lame, I'm not like saying it as like a bad thing. Like, geek is chic right now, isn't it? Like, at least I'm telling myself that so I don't cry myself to sleep. But like, it's just like to the layman, we got like, I don't have anything against sports or anything, like hockey, football, soccer, baseball is a thing. Like, that's what the majority of people are into, and I'm fine with that. Yeah, you can do your own thing, but it's we're like a different side of the society, like, instead of paying my face blue for my sports team, I'm paying it blue because I'm being a Celtic warrior. So like, it's the same shit. Like, it's just a different way of perspective in the world that the majority of people think is kind of lame. But there's nothing wrong with it. Like, we're fucking united in this way. So
no, I think that's cool. I honestly, I think it's awesome. Like, I got nothing but the utmost respect for, like, especially as I get older, and I don't see the point in like hating people's hobby as long as it doesn't affect mine. But no,
what about polo?
What
about polo?
Polo?
Yeah, it's like that Indian sport where like they have like the little wicket thing. It's like, like a croquet ball.
Well, I don't play it.
Wait, no.
Somebody hits me.
I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of whatever, fucking some other weird sport.
But I mean, yeah, no, to like, well, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on the show, and also this is like kind of like, I don't vent for this, like, but I do like it. I do try. Is I like bringing in people who are passionate about something that, especially if I have no idea about it, because like these questions are actually legitimate. Not, what are people asking? What are some interview questions? No, these are questions I want to ask.
Right.
And hearing you passionate about something gets me a little bit passionate, and it's like, oh wow, this is interesting. But if you weren't passionate about it, if you're like, oh yeah, LARPing, it's whatever, it's it's fun.
It's a thing. I do it for exercise.
Then this interview, we've been going on for an hour and 15. That would last like 20 minutes. I'll be like, all right, you're buzzkill. Like, that's it. But people who are passionate about something makes me passionate. Like the guy before you, my buddy Tristan,
guy, right?
Yeah. Strongman competitor, plays rugby. Never done it in my life. Probably never will.
I don't know
it's
how
so
big
cool.
this guy is, but he looks like a fucking barrel.
Yeah, no,
Like,
yeah,
he's a big dude.
yeah, like he, I've in a way said it before. Like, oh, I know a bit of jujitsu. I don't think he knows a lot, but if him and I roll, no, there's no way I'm tapping that guy
Just
out.
has to hug you.
Yeah, he could just hold me in place. I'm like,
Yeah,
no, I'm not
it's
messing
over,
with that
like,
guy. No, like, I'm not messing with that
you've
guy.
been banged, motherfucker.
And
Like-
he's a tough dude. He endure. Like, if I hear somebody play rugby, I'm like, not messing with you, man. Like,
it's a badass sport.
yeah. Like, I was telling him about, like, he would share like all these like interesting videos. Dude tackles another dude, dislocates his shoulder, goes on the sideline, pops it right back, goes back and plays. I'm like, I'd be crying like a little bitch.
Yeah, I'd be like,
So
I'm out. I'm done.
But yeah, so with that example is he's interested in that, he's passionate about it. Hearing him talk about it was really cool and makes me learn a lot. And also there's an audience for that. I don't need to get millions of views and a bunch of followers, but if he helps out, because one thing I try to do, which I'm about to ask you, is like, oh, hey, how would somebody get started? Like, what advice would you have for somebody to get started? There might be somebody who listens to it, who's always curious about it, and then they're like, oh, okay, maybe you motivate something. We have no way of knowing, but I like to think, oh, maybe we helped out one person.
Right.
Oh, well. So that was what I was going to ask you. What advice would you have, like, say, like somebody like me, like right now, as soon as the show's over, what could I do to try to get started?
It's a pretty good segue. I would like because how I got mine is mostly like friend from friends telling me about the things. But when I first started off, I was just Googling LARP in my area and stuff like that. And you get a bunch of DAG, the thing I was talking about, where you just, hit each other with sticks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You get a lot of that and those type of things, which are good. It's good practice. So, they're your first, I call it actual real game, but a game with a plot line. You don't get your shit kicked in by an NPC. You're like, oh, there's only 2 bands on this road. I could take them on. Like 30 seconds later is like a JoJo episode where they're just like being the crap. But I just Google it real quick in your area. Check out reviews for them, because some of them can be like hosted by some sketchy people who like allow some not so great people into them as well. So, do your research on the local ones that you're going to. Just go for a weekend, get like $40 worth of costuming, be like, hey, can I borrow a weapon at Ops? 9 times out of 10 they'll let you borrow one, and you're probably gonna have to sign that off. Because unlike me, most people have like a checkboard for the items there.
Stop stealing Randall's
weapons. Please stop stealing my weapons.
I'll come after you.
I owe Seamus so much money.
Seamus, forgive Randall. He's sometimes an idiot and doesn't learn his lesson.
$80, they'll be fine. I'll get him next paycheck.
Owing to the mob.
Yeah, let's go break my legs with a plastic baseball bat.
I will not check my swing.
Yeah. Oh no! Check your swing, sir. No. I'm gonna get a bruise. One time I was doing weapons check for a game, and like it's when you like crack the weapon over yourself to make sure it's not going to actually hurt someone if they swing too hard. And this dude was like, yeah, you could test it on me. And he turned around, he put like his arms behind his back, he just whack it against my back. And I was like, I'm a kind of big guy, like I'm not trying to like talk my shit up, but I'm scrappy. Like, are you sure you want to do this? He's like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, okay, batter up. And I just swung as hard as he can. It's like, yep, it's not safe for game. I'm like, yeah, no shit, because you got like a 200-pound guy to whack you in the back of the back with this thing.
What made you think that was a good idea?
I gave him every opportunity to back out. I was like, can you get someone else to do this? Get Kira, she's like 4 feet.
Oh man.
But yeah, just Google. That's what worked for me. Do some research, try the Facebook groups. There's a couple Facebook groups that are like, Southeast LARP group or whatever.
Is that yours?
No, I don't know.
Pitch yours.
I don't have one. Like, I don't have like a group that like is like all the LARPs in the area. I'm just part of Dystopia Rising, Georgia. Yeah, I changed my answer. I was like, yeah, you should just look up, Dystopia Rising and see if it's in your state. And
is that like
that's the whole network?
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. We're the youngest chapter. We're only 2 years old. Yeah, it's cool.
Okay, so this is not the one that you in your 6-7 year game one.
This is the 6-7 year game one.
Oh, okay.
But my chapter's only been alive for 2 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
Right. And like it's really cool because when we first started out, like I think the dude who owned the chapter was like, yeah, 9 out of 10 people here have never LARPed before, and so we got a bunch of fresh blood. I'm like, that's a fucked up way of putting it, but yeah, cool.
Wow.
And yeah, they're all like method actors. I love
really cool.
my people at Dystopia Rising right now. They're fucking cool. And yeah, it's awesome.
Nice.
That first game was crazy though. It was like 150 people were there. Like from
what's the average?
60.
Okay.
So
double, damn.
Yeah. So because all the other chapters were like, oh, this is like a national game. We're opening up another chapter, and so fucking all these big ass strong people with amazing like post-apocalypse kits is like season like 20 of Walking Dead over there.
Oh wow. That's dope.
Yeah. It was real cool. And that was the game. I was like, I did 2 damage to a horde because everyone was like swinging like 30s, 40s, and 50s, doing scatter shots and shit. I was like, 2.
I did my part.
I did my part. Like during one of those battles, this veteran player came and was like, you fought hard in that fight. I was like, I did like 2 damage and ran away a lot.
Is it the same thing with like I know with D&D, if your character dies, it dies. Mm-hmm. Like so is this the same thing, or is it depends on the game? Like if your character dies,
it depends on the game.
Okay.
Mine, it's like you have an infection counter, which is how much of the zombie plague is inside you that lets you respawn essentially. So it's like lives essentially, and the more lives you lose, the more fucked in the head your character gets. So you get all like these derangements, like, oh yeah, this person gets catatonic if they see blood now, or this person like has fits of rage and stuff like that. And so like you slowly degrade more and more into a zombie. Really cool. Yeah, it's a really, really cool lore. I cannot stress how much. Like I was when I became an employee, I was given essentially like a Bible type of thing of all the deep lore that like the players don't know. I was looking through, I was like, this shit's cool. And I can tell no one.
Like even the characters don't know? Like
even the characters don't know. They have to do a shit ton of research in game, like going through like libraries and stuff like that, doing downtimes and like going off into like the underworld essentially, and like finding stuff. It's crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah.
None of my characters do that type of stuff though. All of mine are like, oh, I'm gonna be a gambler.
Oh man, that's dope, man.
I made a post-apocalyptic Mr. Neighborhood.
I would want to dress up as like a Office Steve with like just a button-up
just
shirt.
A button-up tie. I was like, I don't know what happened.
Just a coffee mug and be like, I just woke up and it's another Monday. All right, trying to survive.
Huh? Friday again, Garfy baby. That'd be really funny.
So let's talk about your podcast, man. I know, like, I mean, I was interested with the LARP stuff, but like, let's
talk podcast to podcast.
Podcast to podcast. All right, so tell people about your podcast.
I am a co-host with my partner Chris Alford, who for the podcast known as the Nicolas Cage, where we slowly go insane. We're watching in chronological order every movie that Nicolas Cage is starring in. Starting with what was that movie called? Valley Girl, and ending with, I think the newest one is that Five Nights at Freddy's look-alike movie.
I have no idea.
Oh my god, it looks so bad. And I can't wait in the year 30 when I actually finally get to watch it because there's so many. Nicolas Cage has been starred in over 150 movies. That is a shit ton of Nicolas Cage to watch.
That is, and I did not know that. If you told me to ballpark it, I was gonna say like, I don't know, 20.
No.
That many?
I didn't realize that when I pitched this to Chris.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there, like, obviously there's some like straight to like DVD kind of movies.
100%.
But still, I'm just like, damn, that many?
Yeah, there's this movie called Xandalu. That was a straight to DVD movie, and it's trash, bud. Like, it's like it's kind of like an erotic romance movie, and I don't think you want to ever see Nicolas Cage in that light. But it's real bad. He plays like an artist in New Orleans. Shout out to New Orleans right now. You're having a real shit like month right now. But he's like plays an artist, and at one point like the girl's like, I don't want to see you anymore, and so he just like covers himself in black paint. It says, paint it all. He's just like throwing it on himself. I was like, I'm surprised Nick Cage hasn't died of lead poisoning.
So what made you want to do this? Like, what?
I'm a fucking weird guy.
Well, I got that, but like, there has to be some motivation. Like, you were watching, National Treasures one day, and was like, you know what?
Well, we were talking about like, because their podcast is about like people's like, obsessions and stuff like that. And I feel like a shitty partner because I can't remember off the top of my head what their podcast is called. I was like, they're like, hey, you want to do an episode? I was like, yeah. I have a lot of knowledge on National Treasure. And then I got to thinking, I was like, actually, no. Let's just watch every single like Nicolas Cage movie that he's been in. And that's like 300. I was like, yeah, let's only do the ones that he starred in. So it just like went from there, and I've hated it ever since.
Like I checked because that was the podcast I checked out. I didn't know Chris had another podcast.
Yeah.
But what was I say? With the Nicolas Cage, you only have a couple, so like, is it because you just haven't found the time to do it?
Yeah, we just haven't had the time recently. Yeah. Like, I think we're on like 13th movie in or so. The next one, I can't remember what it's called, but it looked real bad. I was like, let's just save this for a little while. I need a break because we're doing it weekly. I was like, I can't deal with Nicolas Cage.
I can see that. How do you feel about him as an actor?
He's a good actor. I fucking love his acting style.
Because I was about to say, like, I like Nick Cage. I think he honestly, I will give him great actor. It's just because he's every great actor has to be like somewhat insane, somewhat crazy, and they have to like control it. It's just part of the business. It's like, dude, all right, I get it. But you got to pick your projects, man.
Yeah, like, yeah. He wanted to be Superman for a little while.
Yeah. And I saw the suit, and
it's pretty good. 10 out of 10. Would watch that Nick Cage
I would movie. So watch that.
We'll have to watch that Nick Cage. I will pay some exec in Hollywood if they give me that reel.
Right. Nick Cage, I think he's a great actor. I don't know what goes on his mind. He's free to make his own choice, but to me, I'm like, all right, man, use your A-list powers to be like, all right, I'm not going to be a part of crappy projects.
No.
But I mean, it's probably his entertainment.
Paycheck, I guess.
I don't think he needs it, but I don't know his life, whatever, to each their own. But I'm just like, all right, I guess. You know what? In a way, I respect it because he probably truly, it's not about the money. He truly loves it. Like, no, I want to be a part of this project. I don't care if people think it's crappy. That's the whole point of an actor, is to act. So
he's in the Coppola family.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like a bunch of directors and stuff like that.
Oh,
they're
really?
like they're like Hollywood, like a lot of the Hollywood families. And he switched his stage name to Cage, so he wouldn't be associated with like the big top names. So I think he's like he kind of has like Keanu Reeves humbleness to him, and so Like, I think he just does things because he thinks they would be fun. Like, I'm 100%
I respect that.
think that he did this movie called Time to Kill, which is like an Italian foreign film about kind of pro-fascism. It's kind of weird because it was like World War II, like Italy when they were Mussolini fascists and shit like that. I'm 100% convinced that he only did that so he could get a vacation to Italy.
Probably.
This is my least favorite Nicolas Cage movie ever made.
I've only seen a handful, and so far, I've liked them. I mean,
his big movies are okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like National Treasure, Con Air. I was literally talking to my roommate about this. Like, what Nicolas Cage movies can you recall? Ghost Rider, the first one. I've never seen the second one. But I enjoyed the first one as well.
Wicker Man.
Oh, he talked about that. Yeah. I never seen that. He was like, oh, it kind of looks like The Witcher.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I can see it.
But yeah, like
The Croods.
Oh, I've never seen that, but I know of it. Kick-Ass. I like
Kick-Ass. Yeah, he was like the dad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked his great value Batman suit. But yeah, no, I respect him, and like, hey, if I ever got a chance to interview him, and if he told me straight up, I mean, he doesn't ever have to admit it to me, I'm a nobody, but if he literally said, no, I know I could be a part of great projects, I want to just be a part of projects because it's fun, hey, more power to you. No disrespect.
Yeah, I mean, like, Nicolas Cage would be like, hey, fuck you. I'd be like, all right, cool.
All right, cool, yeah. That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Nice meeting you, Mr. Cage. I liked you in Face Off.
I haven't seen that movie. That and Gone in 60 Seconds. I hear it's like the top two Nicolas Cage movies. And I've never seen that, him with John Travolta with Face Off. I've never seen it. And I hear it's super popular. And I'm like, I fucking need to see that.
He also did a series on Netflix recently about swear words, and he's the only good thing in that whole thing.
What?
Yeah, he does like the history of every like fun swear word, and he's like the host of it. Yeah, I mean, it's mostly a bunch of like C-rate comedians doing jokes, and then it just pops to Nicolas Cage, who actually does something funny.
Oh man. So with podcasting with you, like, are you is you said your partner Chris, like, so you're just doing co-hosting because like LARPing is like your primary hobby kind of thing, and then every now and then you'll try to do
everyone, unlike my dad, I go on podcasts every once in a while. I'll be like, yeah, I'll say some funny shit every once in a while.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think it's an interesting concept. I've been like listening to a lot of podcasts recently. I was like, yeah, why not? I'll try my hand at the game, see how it is. It's fucking cool. It's fun.
What's Chris' podcast about? Like,
it's about people's like kind of like what you do is like people's like hobbies and obsessions that they're really into. Yeah. And they info dump. That's the fucking name of the podcast.
There you go.
Look that shit up.
Info dump. Look it up.
But it's like, people info dump about like the things they're into. And I had a 2-part episode about Vampire the Masquerade. It all comes back around. And a friend of mine, Raven, they did it about Transformers, and Chris did a lone podcast about Jimmy Urine, who is like a I don't want to say cyberpunk. That's not really his style, but he's like a punk artist that Chris fucking loves. I guess not so much anymore because he did some skeezy things back in the day, but yeah, their podcast is about shit people are interested in.
That's dope. No, I fully respect that. And she does it like frequently and stuff. Like,
I haven't had an interview in a little while, but mostly because it's hard to find people who like know an obsessive amount of knowledge about things.
Oh, so it has to be like a certain level.
Yeah,
they're like doing a vetting process.
Can you talk for 2 hours about this one subject?
Yeah. So, I mean, no disrespect to her. I think that's awesome. Honestly, anybody who gets in, because like this is just a newfound hobby. Anybody who gets into it, like freaking go the distance. That's awesome. Like yeah, sometimes it's hard to make time for it, but what I will say, not criticizing or anything, it's just because I haven't listened to it. Now that I know info dump, I'll definitely check it out. It's like man, like I don't know. Every that's the beauty of podcasts. You can do whatever you like. I love just sitting down with you and being like, we're gonna talk about LARP, but then we talked about fucking whatever.
Yeah,
like it's not scripted. It's just
I blame ADHD mostly.
you know what? Good for ADHD. Like I freaking love it because I don't know. I don't want things to be too planned, too scripted. No,
Right.
like
Yeah.
the only, like I said, the only thing scripted is my intro. That's
Mhm.
it, and then we shoot the shit and just talk, and
Yeah.
somebody's gonna be interested in it, whatever. But I don't know, like, but talking about people's hobbies, I think it's really cool, especially because again, when people bring in that energy, that passion,
Right.
even if you have no interest in it, it's just it's fun. It's fun. I can go on and on. I'm gonna stop.
It's like, yes, tell me the entire biography of Freddie Mercury, please. That's kind of cool.
Like I'm trying to think of. I mean, so
What would be your thing? What would you have? What do you have a vast knowledge about?
I see. I think I have a vast knowledge on, like my hobbies, martial arts. I would say that one, definitely top. Nerdy things like Batman. I have vast knowledge of things. It's just like if somebody tells me, okay, I gotta pick one, I'm like, can I give you a list of things
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
pick it? Because I don't think I can pick one over the other. If I ultimately had to, I think it'd be martial arts just because it's motherfucker.
Yeah, I actually heard it that time. Honestly,
That's never happened to me with other interviews, so I need to fix that. And hopefully that doesn't sound through the editing, whatever. Anyways, yeah, probably martial arts, movies. I don't know. That's what I mean. Like, I would have to. Like, I'm not inviting myself onto the show. If she wants to have me on, that's
Too
cool.
late.
I'm not gonna it's. I would have to write a list, like the top 5 things, and it's like, okay, you pick, because I want you to be interested. I want you to be like, you know what? I want him to talk about this. I actually want to listen to this. But I don't know. I feel like I could talk about just about anything. The next person I have after you, like
yeah, bottom of the list.
what is considered
Sucks
bottom
to be
of...
second to bottom list guy.
Dude, like my list, I have all the way up to December, which is pretty cool. Like it's such a blessing. Like, and I said this in my first interview. You know that meme? Like, I'm about to get super sappy here. I don't care. You know that it's like, oh, you know that meme, like, where it's like, oh, I'm surrounded by fake friends, kind of thing. I don't know what that is. I don't feel that. I'm not saying that there aren't some people in my friends list who are gonna try to ride my coattail if I end up making it.
Just
I'm not
talk shit.
Yeah. Trust me, I know who my day ones are. And I know, right? But like the thing is, shit, where was I going with this?
Something about, friendship is
wonderful.
And
Like I don't know that feeling, because everything's like, okay, going from Atlanta, social life basically got destroyed. Moving back to Ackworth, the moment I said, and especially you, that just reminded me, I owe you some thanks, because literally you were one of the people that I wrote on Facebook. I said, hey, hypothetically, I'm thinking about starting a podcast and I'm looking into microphones. Which one should I get? And then you were throwing some suggestions. Some friends were throwing suggestions. So I owe you some thanks. So I really appreciate that. And, but yeah, the moment I was like, hey, I'm starting a podcast. Hey, I'm starting to do interviews. The moment I interviewed like 2 people and posted it, there were a lot of friends that actually gravitated towards that. And then I would get private messages, be like, hey, can I be on the show? So I was like, yeah. I thought I was going to have to, like, you know, pull some teeth to get some
like,
people.
all right, listen, you're next on the list in the yearbooks.
Yeah. And then I felt so bad. Because, like, I knew I was going to come off as pretentious, and I really don't want to be, because that's the farthest thing from me. And I had to make a list, because my time, I was like, okay. And because I edit everything, I was like, I can only do really once a week with school, work, and all that stuff. So I had to physically make a list. And then I felt so bad, like, you hit me up and was like, hey, can I be on the show? And I was like, yeah, in September. And I think you hit me up in like June or something. And I was just like, I felt so bad. I feel bad when I tell people, yeah, absolutely, I got to put you on the list.
Like, fucking...
It is what it is.
I get it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know you're understanding, and you do podcasting, but that's the thing I was just going to say. It's such a blessing, and we're coming up to the end of the show, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, and especially because
I told you a mic.
Like,
I ain't donate a kidney to you, bro.
right. But no, you physically being here is something like. People don't, like, in a way, understand. I wish, like, I could, like, give my brain to people and see my perspective. It's like, listen, we haven't seen each other in years. I haven't seen other people in years, but it's such a great feeling when, even though I'm an extrovert, like, I'm not shy, but, like, you know, sometimes it is kind of out of nowhere. It's like, hey, I know we haven't spoken in like 10 years, but I'm doing this show. You want to be on it? And then for people to be like, hell yeah, the best fucking feeling in the world. So, no, I appreciate you. And yeah, if Chris ever wants to have me on the show, we'll make it happen.
Definitely.
But yeah, man, if there's anything, we're going to wrap up here soon. If there's anything you want to add, if you want to info dump and the Nicolas Cage show, if there's... See, I already promoted you.
Thanks.
If there's anything you want to promote as well,
I'll write you the check later. I'm gonna promote the DJ show. And shout out to DJ show. Shout out to teachers. I don't know, except for like Miss Limscomb. Your name is an embodiment of how you are, and that one Georgia studies teacher who was kind of a dick to you. But
all of them.
What was his name?
I don't remember.
I don't even remember. I just remember he freaked me out one time because he said stop playing grab ass. I was like, teachers can say that. But yeah, he was an asshole. But yeah, majority of teachers, shout out to you. You don't get paid enough. That sucks. I don't know. I don't have anything.
To the good teachers, man, you guys aren't getting paid enough. To the bad teachers, y'all suck.
Yeah, you're just doing it for the summers.
Like, being in college right now.
It's fucking different, right? Completely different type of teacher.
Dude, I will say, I'm taking 3 classes, all my worst subjects: literature, history, and government. Thank God I have 3 awesome professors. Like, all of them are great. All of them were like, during the first day when they were just talk a little bit about themselves and what the class is going to be like, they were all like reinforcing, hey, we're here to help you. We're the teachers, you're the students. We're here to help the students. So last semester, I had a history teacher. I'm not going to say her name, but she had this ego where she was basically like, oh yeah, my class is hard and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's not a good thing. We're not training to be doctors here, and you're teaching history. Get off your high horse. I even wrote that. Like, I dropped the class and they said, what was the reason? Ego check. Get off your high horse.
I did that for like a post training because I worked at a cruise line for a little while. They're like, yeah, here's our post training form. Tell us how we need to improve. I was like, stop being such assholes. Did
you actually write assholes? That's awesome.
I mean, that's how I am, though. Yeah. It's been like this for a while, and I still got the job, but
that's
never worked for a cruise line. That shit sucks.
I was almost tempted to apply one time.
You know what? You see some cool shit.
Yeah.
16-hour workday, 7 days a week, though. Yeah, it's not.
I went on a cruise once. I'm not going to say never again, but like, I'm not going to pitch it. If a group of friends come up to me and be like, hey, we're committed, we're going to do a cruise. Yeah, I might.
I could see being on a cruise being fun. It's just working for one. Is
I got sick.
Shit. Oh,
I got the flu.
Oh, I was about to say, no, you got COVID.
No,
just chewing ginger. It feels like seasickness or something.
Yeah, it was. No, I don't get seasick. I just got sick, and going to the Bahamas, it was like a week, and I was perfectly healthy going in. I was super excited. I was like, yeah, and then bam, I just get sick, and I'm like, damn it! Like, are you serious? And I half enjoyed it. So
I mean, like, cruise ships are giant incubators anyway for disease, so
yeah,
it makes sense.
But I was like, really? At
Still
the time,
sucks.
Yeah. But I was gonna say what was my history teacher this semester, she's awesome. Like, I was talking to her a little bit, saying how, like, telling her a little bit about my past history teacher, and then she was like, yeah, that's a bad way of teaching. Like, I got you. Like, you know, I'm here to help you guys out. So that's really comforting. And my you would like my literature teacher. He's like kind of like us. He's like really nerdy and like super aware of that. But he's like, he would be somebody who would chill with us. Like, I could see that.
He's a vast bionicle collection.
He does collect something. I forgot what he.
Oh my god!
I forgot what it was.
Bionicles.
My buddy Neil collected bionicles.
Those things are cool still. I don't care.
I remember. God, this is going on, but like, I remember.
Sorry.
No, I love this. I remember, like, I thought they were done. And then one day he was just like, we go to like Target or something, and he's like, oh, Bionicles. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? That's still a thing? And he's like, oh, I was looking for this red one. I'm like, okay, I can be seen with you a little bit, but no, I was just.
But yes, we don't judge nerds here. Yeah, everyone has their own thing, but fuck Bionicle.
Well, he was my best friend, so I get to rip on him. But I was just like, wait, what? That's still a thing, but to each their own. All right, man. Well, hey, again, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to be on the show. I really, really do appreciate it. Yeah, info dump, the Nicolas Cage show. Nicolas Cage or Nicolas
Just the
Cage?
Nicolas Cage.
The Nicolas Cage.
Despite all my rage, I'm still just Nicolas Cage.
God, that would be... How dope would it be?
That's our intro song, motherfucker.
Wait, what?
Despite all my rage, it's like the Smashing Pumpkins intro.
Yeah.
It is Microsoft stands with Nicolas Cage. Anyway,
how dope would it be if you like heard the show and was like, "Hey, can I be on the show?" Like, how dope would that be? Get the commentary.
Always in the back of my mind, I was like, "Oh man, it'd be cool as fuck if Nicolas Cage was on this show."
If I were to do what you do, I would pick Keanu Reeves just because I love. Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves is cool, but you know, I'd be like, I want to know what to say to Keanu Reeves. I'm just like, I don't want to disappoint you.
I know, like, right? But the thing is, you'd be like, oh, you can't disappoint me. And I'm like,
shut up, you're Johnny Silverhand. I can't help it.
Like, he is the #1 celebrity. I know my show made it. I would quit the show right after that. As soon as I interview Keanu Reeves, I'll be like, all right, it's time to wrap. Hey, DJ, show's over.
I interviewed John Wick. Like, there's much more I can do.
It's done. Like, no one can match up to that level. I'm sorry. Not even the president. No. Done. It's over. But yeah, anyways.
Chris Evans. I don't know.
I mean, I don't hate him. I love Keanu Reeves.
That's fair.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. Contact.
I need every single time I handshake like this, I'm like,
it throws me off because I usually have a good grip, and you made me like dead fish.
Yeah. No, yeah, because it's the table. Yeah. I blame the table. One day I'll upgrade the table. Not anytime soon. Okay, well, that's it for the Hey DJ show. That ending part went on a little bit longer, but again, this is why I love podcasting.
Because you know what? You make your own ending time.
I do.
This episode's 30 seconds long.
I could easily cut it. I'm not going to. All right, guys, take it easy.
Later.